Hi, this is Gia Freer with Palm Beach Premier Real Estate, and today I'd like to discuss the difference between market value and appraised value. This topic is particularly relevant right now as the lending guidelines are constantly changing. So let's talk about market value. Now, market value, according to the Appraisal Foundation, and here's the definition, is the most probable price which a property should bring in a competitive and open market under all conditions requisite to a fair sale, the buyer and seller each acting prudently, knowledgeably, and assuming the price is not affected by undue stimulus. Wow, that's technical. So let's break that down and simplify the definition. Number one, market value assumes that the buyer and the seller are both motivated. Number two, both parties are well informed and advised and acting on their own best interest. Number three, market value assumes a reasonable marketing time for the property on the open market. And number four, it's a normal sale. That means it's not distress, not a short sale, not a foreclosure. Appraised value, on the other hand, is the only valuation number that a lender can use to determine the value of a piece of real property submitted by a licensed appraiser. Now, keep in mind, appraising a piece of property, real property, is an art. It is not a science. So appraised value is most often used for financing purposes. Appraised value considers what similar properties have sold for in the same neighborhood in the last 90 to 180 days. Appraisers will also consider the gross living area plus or minus 15%. They will also consider going outside the development if no other suitable comparables exist. They also take into account amenities, views, and updates to the property. The problem with appraised value versus market value is particularly relevant when a market is appreciating. Sometimes the values 90 to 180 days ago may not have been what's currently representative of what a buyer is willing to pay today, or what a seller thinks they can get in today's market. Now, this value is called market value, or what a buyer is willing to pay for the property. Interestingly, when market value and appraised value differ on a real estate transaction with financing involved, the lender will only finance based on the appraised value. However, the buyer may have to consider coming to the table with additional funds to meet the market value demanded by the seller. Essentially, the buyer and seller will need to overcome this disparity, if it exists, in order to successfully close the transaction. Now, I hope this has shed some light on the difference between market value and appraised value for you. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to give us a call here at Palm Beach Premier Real Estate. Thanks again for tuning in.